Hi everyone, let's do some work on neck, shoulders, and upper back today so that we can maybe feel a little bit more open-hearted. This is a video I'm making for my friend Erika because lately she's been so excited about just embracing being open-hearted out in the world. To me, that means that you have a feeling of connection, of openness. You're a good listener, you're a good friend to those around you, and you're freeing sort of the obstacles between you. Whether that means you're actually with someone at that moment or not, whether you're together or far apart, it doesn't really matter. It's how we feel in relation to those around us in the world. Tension in your body can impact how you feel towards others. It's really true. People feel great after yoga. They feel more friendly, more open, more patient, more kind. So there is something to it, and I want you to be able to experience that. So let's just start in a sitting position. If you can't sit on the floor, that's okay. You can sit in a chair. Either way, you need to be able to sit up nice and tall. Nice and tall is very specific, but we're gonna deal with that in another video, let's hope. So I'm gonna put that one on the list. For now, you can sit in your favorite position. I'm just gonna sit cross-legged like we did in kindergarten, and I am up nice and tall. If you need a block, a blanket, something underneath your sitting bones to help you feel tall, then please place it underneath you. We're gonna start here and just take a moment to settle into your body. And of course, we always wanna start with breathing. So let's try this little vinyasa movement where we synchronize our breath and our movement just to start feeling more centered. Interlace your fingers together, and I want you to place your hands flat on your chest so you're actually touching your chest. Take a deep breath in through your nose. You'll feel your breath enter your hands almost. And then as you exhale, push your hands forward. Don't round your spine, just extend your arms and push. Take a breath in as you lift your arms up. Feel your body getting a little bit longer, a little bit taller. And then as you exhale, reach long and strong through the arms, and they'll come back to center. Interlace, breathe in. Exhale, push hands. Out through the mouth, yep, out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose again. And exhale, reach nice and long through your arms as they come back down. Again, inhale. Exhale, push. You'll round out from shoulder to shoulder, but not from head to tail. Breathe in through your nose, lift your arms up. Not your shoulders too much, mostly your arms. And then exhale, reach out and down. One more, nice and quiet. Good, very nice. That'll be kind of our home base. Let's move on. We're gonna reach your arms out to the sides. Arms go out and up. I'm gonna bend over to the right to begin. My right hand is gonna be on the floor next to my hip. It's in line with my hip, not forward, not behind. I wanna keep my spine moving just sideways. I'm focused now on the reach up into the sky, the lengthening of the left side of the body, and then I want you to bend your elbow and place your head at the base of your skull, not on the top, not on the back, but the base of your head. Press your head into your hands and feel the stretch go into your chest, more into the side of the chest as you lift your elbow up a little higher away from your left hip and take a deep breath. All the way out. You can breathe out your mouth. That's fine. It's a nice releasing, relieving breath. If you're used to breathing ujjayi, do it. Go for it. If you're comfortable breathing just in and out your nose, do that. All I want is just a more emphatic breath, a little bit bigger than what's normal, than what's shallow. Nothing too forceful. Good. We're going to reach that arm back up towards the sky. Bring both arms back up and bring your hands back interlaced to your heart, coming back home. Good. Let's do the other side. Arms reach out and up as you breathe in. Go directly to the left. Your hand is on the floor for support. I'm going to anchor my right hip down as I extend the right side of my body, bend the elbow, grab the base of my skull, and lengthen from your right hip all the way to your right elbow tip. Press your head slightly back into your hand and take a few deep breaths. Good. Extend that arm back up. Bring both arms back up to the sky and bring your hands back home. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Let's do a cycle here. Inhale, and as you exhale, push. Inhale, extend your arms. Feel your whole chest cavity rise like your lungs are lifting. And as you exhale, reach your arms out and down. Good. We're going to take our hands together again. I'm going to move sideways so you can see what's happening with the spine. Because we're going to do two different movements. You might switch whichever foot is in front so you get practiced at evening out your hips. You probably had your favorite one in front first. Let's interlace the hands together, and you're going to take them again to the base of the skull. Now, I'm pressing down into my bottom, into the sitting bones. I'm going to inhale and lift the heart and separate my elbows. Take the elbows wide, press my head back into my hands, and maybe gently lift my chin. As I exhale, I'm going to round forward. You know this as cat pose. I want you to gently resist the pull of your arms on your head. So you got to press your head into your arms a little bit and then let your elbows drop like they're coming together to point at the floor. Now lift your heart. Press your sitting bones down. Come into that cow position, just a slightly lifted, elevated heart, elbows wide, maybe chin lifts. Exhale, tuck your sitting bones underneath you, pull the belly back, weight the arms, heavy arms, but strong head, gently pushing up against them. Again, breathe in, open, 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 heart high, elbows back. Exhale with a strong head, weight of the arms drops forward, strong belly, even strong bottom here. Strong bottom, slightly squeezing together. Sense of Mula Bandha as you move. Inhale, elbows wide. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't matter. Don't worry, don't worry. We're just here, we're breathing and moving. Gonna see how it feels. Last time rounded. And then you're gonna sit up nice and tall again. Nice and tall, being very specific. It's mountain pose. I'm in a sitting mountain pose with my spine. Can you see it from the side? Sort of, yep. Yep. Let's go again with the hands, maybe with the other hand leading that interlace. Feels kind of funny. Go back to the base of your skull. Good. Now I'm going to isolate the movement just in neck and head. So I don't want you to move your spine too much. You'll see if my stripes are moving, then I kind of miss the mark. So I'm going to try and keep my spine like Tadasana, and I'm just going to lift my head. It's a smaller movement. So chin lifts, head presses back, elbows go wide. That's my in-breath. And on the out-breath, I'm going to pull just my head forward. Elbows point towards the floor, chin to chest. I'm not really pulling. I'm just have the weight of the arms on the back of my head. Inhale, lift up, elbows open wide, chin slightly lifts. Exhale, chin to chest. Arms heavy, but head strong. Slight resistance against the arms. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Last one. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Coming out by pressing your head into your arms and then extending the arms back down by your sides. Let's check in and see how we feel again. Oh, look, I switched my legs once again, just to be in my comfortable spot. Let's interlace the hands. Breathe in. Exhale, push. Inhale, rise. And exhale, reach. Inhale right here. Take your time. Exhale and push. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the base of your skull again. Now with the strength of the sides of your body, we're going to bend over to the right. So lift your left elbow, bend sideways. The hinge is going to be right from your waistline. From your waistline. You're starting to use your obliques here. You're pressing your head back into your hands just gently. My left elbow's moving back. Well, so is my right as they move down because we have a tendency to round forward. Keep it open. It doesn't matter how far you go to the side. Breathe in and out as best you can. And then we're going to take the right hand to the floor and take a slight rotation. I'm going to turn my head a little bit to the left, pull both shoulder blades back, and try and take my left elbow farther behind me, out of sight. I can still see mine, but that's the direction it's going, out of sight. Lift chin off chest, breathe in and out. Whew, I have to mouth breathe here. That seems fine. Whatever you can do to get the breath, the energy moving. Whew, and then come back up through the center. Back up through the center, hands together. Breathe in, exhale, over to the left. So I'm bending straight to the side. The hinge is at my waistline, not down at my hip, right? I'm not leaning from the hip. I got both buttasanas on the floor, both sitting bones down. I'm gonna lift my right elbow. That's my action. There's my focus. Hold that, head presses into hands, and I'm gonna take some extra support. So I can take this little twist. Both shoulders move back, bend your elbows if you need to. Bend that left elbow, chin off the chest. Breathe in and out. Open your heart to the sky. And release, come back to center. And one gentle head pull forward, chin to chest, head comes forward, arms heavy. Hold here for a moment. Again, I'm not pulling my head. It's almost like I'm just resting my arms on the back of my head. And I'm trying to maintain length in my spine. So you might even lift your rib cage, lift your heart a little higher off your waistline. Take a couple cycles of deep breath. Patience. And release by pressing your head into your hands and taking your hands back to your knees. See how you feel. Check in for a moment before we move on. So let's take our arms back down. We're going to release this into a forward stretch. Release any tension that might have caused on the back. So you're just going to bring your hands to the floor and start to let your spine round. Let it almost be slumpy. Slumpy. Kind of slouching, slumping forward. Your elbows might not touch the ground. That's very reasonable for them not to touch the ground. It doesn't matter. I also get this stretch in my hips here as I come forward. We'll get to the legs in a moment, but let your hands walk forward. Keep some space between them. Maybe your elbows touch. Maybe for some of you it's easy for the forehead to touch, or maybe like me, you're close to the floor but not quite. So I can kind of stack my hands and let my forehead rest. And I'm just going to let the weight of my head drop forward. Let my shoulders relax and round. And just wait here a few moments with a few breaths in and out. Good. From here, lift your head slightly, and we're going to roll forward right onto hands and knees, coming into a table position. Good. Place your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. Take a nice deep breath in. I've got my toes tucked under. I like that feeling better on my knees. And then as you exhale, you're going to tuck your tail, push your hands down, lift your ribs. Your front ribs lift up, your belly lifts up. You're rounding from shoulder to shoulder and head to tail. Now begin with the tail. Start to lift it behind you. Soften the bend in your elbows and lift your head. You're in kind of a U shape in your spine. You're rolling your shoulders back and letting your heart come forward. Good. And when you exhale again, round from head to tail. This is cat-cow. You know it. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself move slowly through it. So instead of just mechanically moving without thinking about what you're doing, you're a lot smarter about it. You're able to sense what's happening. You're able to make corrections. You've got time, you've got space. You can notice all the pieces. The learning in this movement never ends. It never ends. That's what's so cool about it. I'm going to point my toes back now and go into a special kind of child's pose. My feet come together, but my knees are apart. And I'm going to bend my elbows and place them to the floor. Take my hands and press them against one another and try to inch my elbows forward, forward, forward as my hips stay heavy back and down. My elbows are more narrow than my shoulders, so they're closer together than my shoulders are. Then I'm going to place my forehead down on the floor as my elbows bend and my hands press against one another. You want to take some nice deep breaths here. In to fill your rib cage, feel your breath expand. And then exhale, letting everything out. Keep a press in the hands so that your arms, your shoulders stay active as you stretch them. Take another deep breath. And then extend the arms back out. Pull yourself back up onto hands and knees. Good. Let's take the right leg back. Go ahead and extend it back behind you. Take a big stretch. That leg is in line with my hip. I'm pressing the heel back behind me. I'm going to place it back to the floor. That's it. We're going to go for a walk. Extend your left leg back. Big stretch. We haven't really done anything for the legs yet because the focus has been on opening the heart. Of course, our legs have to do with that. Switch again. It's like you're going through a slow walk. I wanted you to keep your hips steady and strong. So try not to lean too much side to side. We're just kind of waking up the legs. How you hold your lower spine is of course related to how open-hearted you feel. Good, one more time on the left leg goes back. And I'm going to place the knee down. I'm going to take one hand step forward, 1, 2. So my hands are a little more in front of my shoulders. Place your toes on the floor, bend your knees, and send your hips into the sky. Downward facing dog with knees slightly bent to begin. Palms firmly planted. You might feel how wonderful down dog feels for the first time after all that warm-up we did. Through your head, neck, and shoulders. So go ahead and pedal out your feet a little bit. Press one heel down as you bend the opposite knee. And again, consider whether you're actually trying to move a bicycle forward. That's not the case. You're doing a yoga video. So slow it down. You're trying to sense your body, trying to sense what's happening inside of you and around you. As we open up our heart, we have to have an awareness of how our behaviors, how our voice, how the things we say, and do the things we don't say and don't do affect everything around us. So slow it down. Good. Press both hips back. Knees can still have a soft bend. We're here just another moment. We're going to bring our knees back down. Rest our hips and just take your hands back by your feet. Rest on your forehead and practice relaxing your arms completely. I'm so close to the ground. You might see I got nasally. I started sounding nasally because my nose got squished. So I'm going to turn my head because I'm really letting my arm bones just drop to the floor. So you can turn your head to the side or you can stay on your forehead. If you turn to the side, let's turn. Sorry, I'm going to turn away from you. Turn to the other side and relax. Re-relax. Good. Come back to the center. Come back up onto your hands and knees. From table position, we're going to lift up onto your knees. We're going to stand on your knees. Now, if you don't like standing on your knees, I highly recommend putting a blanket underneath them. I usually use 2 or 3 mats now. I'm so lucky to be right now at my parents' house, the house I grew up in, with this nice carpet underneath me. That's why I don't have a yoga mat. So get some cushion. Treat yourself really nicely. Get some cushion under your knees if it doesn't feel good. We're going to start here just standing again, nice and tall. My hands are on my hips, and I'm going to start with my right leg extending out to the side. My foot is in line with my knee. My hips and my chest are all square forward. And this foot, I just want it to be flat. So if it needs to turn out a little, turn it out. That's fine. If it points in a little bit like mine does, fine. Whatever's comfortable for you. Find this interesting shape in your hips and then reach your arms up towards the sky. We're going to go into gate pose. Interlace your hands to the base of your skull. A little variation here. You did this before. Bend over to the right. By lifting your left elbow, pressing your head back against your hands, opening up the whole front of your body. Now, I am activating strong legs, like I'm squeezing them together. And also, I'm using my glutes here. I'm going to use my bottom, a little bit of a squeeze at the top of my glutes, so I can prevent my lower back from feeling strained. Belly works on the front side. You're breathing in and out. We're going to go a little deeper. So bring your right hand down to your leg, whatever it reaches. Lift your elbow maybe a little bit higher, and maybe a slight turn. It won't turn very much. That's okay. A slight turn over to the left. Turn your head, turn your chest, lift your elbow. Move your shoulders back. Breathe in and out. Through the mouth if you need it. Good. So nice. Release and bring your arms to letter T. Wowie. Wowie zowie. Good. I'm going to reach my left hand straight to the floor. My right hand is on my hip. My hand comes to the floor, fingers spread wide, and I have a straight line from my hand to my knee to my other foot. Now, I'm going to have to pivot on my left knee. Otherwise, my body won't move sideways and come into that extension here. So, swing your left foot closer to your right and spread your arms wide. This is known as modified plank pose. Your chest is spreading. Sometimes I call it stargazer because that's more lovely. Spread your chest wide. Your spine is still in Tadasana, nice and tall. Just long to the side. We're going to come into a balance. Engage your right leg, very strong. Flex your foot to press through your heel and spread out like you are a bursting star. You might have to take a little shift forward. My hand moved forward. Good. Sorry if you can't see it, but my fingers are spread wide, just like you do for down dog, plank, up dog, all your favorite poses. I'm going to bend my right knee. I'm going to let my right hand drop behind me and maybe catch the top of my foot. It might not catch it. It doesn't matter. I'm going to breathe here, and instead of pulling my foot towards my butt, I'm going to pull it away. I'm trying to extend my leg more into my hand. My belly is engaged, my butt is engaged, and maybe at this last moment I turn my chest up towards the sky, even my gaze. I'm breathing, finding my peak, and then I'm going to extend back out. Long arm, long leg, foot comes down, rise back up, bring the knees back together, and we'll face forward. Good, let's go into a child's pose just to lengthen out that side. Hips reach back towards your heels. I'm going to rest my elbows and my forehead down on the ground just for a nice long breath, one long breath. Let it all out and rise back up. We'll do the other side. We're going to grab our hips. We go just the tiniest bit faster, only because you know what you're doing now. We're going to extend the left leg out. I'm going to get that foot flat to the ground. So take the angle in the foot that works for you, okay? Reach your arms up. Parigasana is the gate pose. Parigasana, hands to the back of the head. We're going to bend first with the strength of our oblique muscles over towards the left. My chin is off my chest. I'm lifting up my heart. Whew. Right? It's like I'm stretching out the stripes on the right side of my body while the ones on the left just scrunch together, but both sides are strong. Then I'm going to support myself with the left hand. Lift my elbow up higher. Maybe start to turn and look to the right. Head turns, chest lifts. Breathe in and out. Strong belly, strong buttasana. That's your butt. That's my word for butt, for your glutes. Your buttasana is working. And we'll rise back up, arms to T, nice and wide, and I'm going to find the right hand to the floor. It's in a straight line with my knee and the back foot. Now I've got to pivot. Swing my right foot closer to my left so I can extend fully sideways through the body, through the spine. Spread open your chest. Reach your fingertips up to the sky, and then squeeze that outer hip, strong legs to lift. Lift your left leg and flex your foot so your heel is reaching back behind you. And my spine is super long, so extending head to tail. Good. I might have to take a little step forward. That always helps me for balance. Tiny step. You're going to bend your left knee. Reach back by opening up your heart. Open up your heart. You're going to tone the back side of the body and lengthen the front side. Catch your foot if you can. Gently flex it and pull your foot away from your butt, not towards it. Pull it away. You're going to feel a large lengthening through the front of your left thigh, your hip, your belly, your chest. Turn up, look up, find your peak, and extend back out. Come out slowly with control. Foot comes down. Stand back up. Kind of swivel on that leg again. Bring both knees together and take, again, a nice, juicy child's pose. I don't know if it's juicy, but it feels really good. That nice counter stretch for your back. Arms are relaxed. Forehead down. One deep breath. And come back to sitting. Let's come back to where we started. Let's sit together to close our practice. I'm crossing my legs. I'm going to interlace my hands, place them on my heart. Let's close our eyes this time. You know the moves. Take a deep breath in right here. Exhale, push hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale out. And back to your heart. Good. Place your hands now on your knees. You can keep your eyes closed. If you would like to lie down for the last few moments, please help yourself. Otherwise, as you're here, I just want you to tune into how you feel. As you sit up again, nice and tall, relax your arms a bit. Notice how it is to breathe just a little bit more deeply than your natural breath, nothing too forceful. You might just become aware of the space around you. Even just noticing what it feels like in this room. And I want you to just notice how you feel here around your chest, your shoulders, your head, your neck. Checking in to see if maybe you feel a little lighter or that it's just kind of easier to hold yourself up. See if it's possible that maybe it's just a little bit easier to be you right now, to be yourself. Feeling a little bit freer to move, less obstacles, less tension in the body between you and the outside world. Bring your hands now together in front of your heart. Palms press against one another. Just to close our practice, we'll take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Allowing your eyes to blink open. Thank you so much for joining me. Come back again soon. I've got more videos to come. And I hope you walk away today feeling a little lighter, a little more open-hearted. As my friend Erika says, peace. Ready for yoga? Yeah.